Welcome back, everybody, to the Empire State of Sports special edition here. I'm your host today, Topher Pete. With me, I have a very, very special guest, a guy that I don't think needs an introduction, whether you're a Giants fan, whether you're an NFC East fan, or whether you're just a geek in your basement, you know Copizzle. But I followed this guy for years, especially during the Super Bowl runs, and I got some good friends out there that love listening to you. And sometimes we don't even talk smack. We just send one of your videos. Just send your video and they know. They know. That's it. So without further ado, Copizzle, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm doing great, especially after beating the Eagles. Man, I don't know that I have. It's funny because I've watched the Giants win Super Bowls, and I thought, man, it can't get any better than this. Especially like Super Bowl 42. And you just think well, it'll never get any. But then you go through a decade of just awfulness and just terrible, and you lose some of that love and luster of those Super Bowls that you experienced, when you're a younger man. And all of a sudden, you beat the Eagles on a Thursday night. And you wake up Friday morning, and after just going through so much pain and suffering, and you think holy shit, it can feel better. It can feel great. Like Friday, it could have been a cloudy, rainy day where I was. It wouldn't matter. It was still sunny, and so I just, man, I can't tell you the Friday feeling that I had this weekend. Like right now, I'm still buzzing. I know we're just 2-4, but it's crazy to me that I've just felt this way, and so it's and I give a lot of I'll give a lot of credit to Eagle fans because, man, having those rivalries, whether it's I hate the Eagles, I hate the Cowboys, Commanders, but having those rivalries is what makes football and rooting on the Giants just great. In those games, and so people can say well, it was a Giants Super Bowl. It's man, it's a very damn important game. I mean, we lost 9 division games in a row, 9 of them, and so to get one and to get a big one like that, especially on prime time on a Thursday night, we never win when everybody's watching, and everybody's watching. It's always, oh, there's the Giants, taking a butt whooping.
Or Daniel Jones trips on the chalk line when he should have scored, and the whole world.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's Saquon's unleashing his documentary, and so he's going to make fun of us before the game, and then he's going to make fun of it. And it's dude, everything that went the way, it just went so perfect on Thursday. And we didn't just squeak out a win where the ball bounced funny. We didn't just they got a call. They got, we beat the piss out of them. And so it was just fantastic to just go through that experience and just feel that again. It was just amazing.
You didn't have to hear "Fly Eagles Fly" all day. I live in the PA area. I told Karan, we recorded yesterday. Like you said, it's been years, years, and I take their beating every day, and it's all love. I'm just giving it back. But I was driving to go put my kids on the bus, and I seen a couple Eagles fans pumping gas. Gave them as loud as I could. How about them G-Man? The one just flipped me off. I was like, I would have done the same thing. It was perfect.
Yeah. And it's also from a content standpoint, being a content creator, to see Eagle fans before the game, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, to see them just, oh yeah, it's just the Giants, no big deal, whatever, and then humbled a little bit from the game.
It was a bye week. They thought it was a game.
Yeah.
They were we're 4-1 and we're okay, and we were 2-2, and we still won the Super Bowl. This is a week for us to get right. We had a meeting in the locker room. How'd that go?
Yeah. Just the sheer shock on their face, of that game. And so it's funny because what I'm hopeful for is that this is kind of the game that the cracks that they had as a team or a franchise. I hope those cracks just expanded. And I hope it's like a launching pad for us to go the opposite direction. That's what I'm hopeful for. We'll see how it happens. It's funny because we've beat the Chargers and the Eagles, 2 really good football teams.
Best on our schedule so far, right?
Yeah, but somehow we lose to the Saints, and we've lost. Look, I think Commanders are a pretty good football team.
They are.
I don't know about the Cowboys.
What's the difference, Cobb? They got a quarterback. That team stunk just like us, and he took them to the the NFC Championship. Like the
Yeah.
difference was the quarterback. We were losing for years. The
Hmm.
difference, I think, is the quarterback. I mean, we've got the same coach, pretty much the same line, except for Andrew Thomas finally looks healthy, and the quarterback's making a difference.
I
So,
don't I don't know. I don't know if it's all quarterback, but I definitely think it's combination. I think when you add the electricity of Scatterboo,
oh yeah,
I think when you add the electricity of Winston, who we don't even see on the field, just he's on the sidelines just being a leader,
that's a
and
good.
also having two veteran quarterbacks, whether they can play or not, just be there for Dart is tremendous. And I think that also when you have a really good player in Carter, Abdul Carter, I think that helps too. I just think that, you know, I'm not. I know Joe Shane gets a lot of he and look, I've had my fair share of giving Joe Shane the business too, but man,
He inherited a mess, man. I mean, he really
well, I mean, I that's a great,
what
that's a great I mean, that's another great discussion that could be had because I think that Dave Gettleman gets too much shit, and I think that sometimes Joe Shane gets too much shit, and I think that Joe Shane gets got too much credit on the early end. But my point, going back to the original thing, is like Joe Shane drafted phenomenally in this last draft. I mean, I you can't. I mean, some of these guys too are finally starting to show up, like Drew Phillips from a previous, like Wandale Robinson's having a monster year right now. But like Dave, going back to Dave Gettleman just for a second, it's like, man,
interrupt
he
you.
he did get a cornerstone piece. He got Andrew Thomas right. Like Joe Shane did not get Evan Neal right. He got the Dexter Lawrence thing super right. I mean, he just like these are big time cornerstone pieces. And when you see guys that have left this organization that he drafted, like even going back to Saquon, it's like, man, he got a lot of dudes right because they've went on to be successful elsewhere and been good players. So it's funny because I don't know that the general managers have been bad for the Giants. I don't know that that's to be true. I don't know about the coaching. The coaching is questionable, and I don't. That's for a different. That's for obviously a different debate too. But um, I'm really happy that Shane got this draft right. And yes, Dart brings a difference. There's
You
something
can feel
about
it in the
him.
building. I've been going for a lot of years, and
Yeah.
it feels different. I took Haley to the game with Chargers, and it was the electricity was different. You could feel it. But before you
You know what I
continue,
think it is?
my question
I
is
think it,
though, how come he couldn't do this with DJ? How come he couldn't? Was it the offense he couldn't run? Did he not trust him? Because I feel like he's running a little bit of a different fluid offense with Jacksonville.
well, let me say this with Dart compared to DJ. DJ was already up against it because he was a 6 overall pick, you know. So expectations were extremely too high. Dart, what, 25th overall? No, hardly, like, still expectations.
Right.
But he had another number one draft pick with him in Carter. So it's like some of that is like, oh, you're 20, there's some of the content creators out there that didn't even think that Dart was even that good. Like they thought he was a second rounder at, this and that. So
I think you said you wanted him back in January. I think I remember.
I love Jack.
Is
Well,
that?
once I realized that we were done with Jones,
Yup. You started
right
looking.
or wrong, like whether I was sad or happy about that, I went to immediately started like, okay, well then what's my options? Who do I need to serve? Who do I need to go and look and say? And I'll be honest, I'm a little biased. I can be a little biased because I live in SEC country, and I was watching Dart, and I thought, man, this guy has just got the it thing, for the market. And going back to why I think you were talking about going to the game and having that buzz. I think Dart provides everything for every type of Giants fan. And what I mean by that is like Daniel is just a traditional, blue collar kind of guy, went to Duke, like, not clean cut, right? He's not going to wear all the the wristbands and
Bling.
like he's not going to wear the visor, like the bling. Like he's not gonna do that. He's just gonna
Can't-
be.
I feel you can't advertise DJ, and especially in New York, you can't
You
advertise.
can't. But you couldn't. I mean, not really. The only reason why you could advertise Eli Manning was because of the last name.
Right.
Like you couldn't advertise Eli. Like I mean, he just kind of had the silly faces, and now it's just a
He's
big
pretty
joke.
cool though, man. Now,
No, he is
now
cool.
the world sees it, which
Well, he's cool because he has 2 Super Bowls.
right.
That's what makes him cool, you know. But
First
but
round
there was
Hall
a
of Famer
time.
though got robbed.
Yeah, well they
Another
yeah.
topic, another
He'll
day.
get it. He'll get it. But that will always be well. He wasn't first ballot. But the thing that you could sell it, and like it's funny because like you see the thing with like Arch Manning now, it's like in Texas, like he's just being sold because of the last name. And so with Jones, you know, he brought something to old school Giant fans, but the new school Giant fans didn't see it. Like, and so Dart brings that. Dart, the old school Giants fan can embrace him. The new school Giant fan can embrace him because he's got the swag. There's a lot of dudes that content creators are like that. I swear to you, they just liked certain quarterbacks coming out of college because of the swag. That's what they like. They just wanted him to be dripped out and have this aura and all this stuff that these kids say. And it's like Dart has all that. Like
to the crowd, dude.
Yeah.
They love that.
Yeah, Dart's
He's
he's
it.
Gen Z. Like, I mean, that's just what that's what he is. Like, he's just Gen Z, and that's what Scatterbo is. Or Scatterbo. Like, he's a Gen. Like, they're just what they are. And so but my point being is going back to, I just think that the amount of players that's been brought in, we have juice, unlike any time that I've seen in a long time. You know, when you go back to the Super Bowl era, like we had that. You know, we would do like the sack. We'd have a sack dance thing, and we're balling, and we just had so much juice. Antonio Pierce, Strahan, OC. There was just so much life to the team that the quarterback didn't even have to be like he could just be a regular dude.
Himself, yeah.
Yeah, Eli could just be a regular dude and just be himself. Daniel, I don't think was afforded that because like our best player, like one of our best player, Dexter Lawrence, for example, that dude has, you know, he does a funny sack dance, but he's super quiet. Like he just wants to go about his business. He doesn't want to do a whole lot of hot takes and this and that. Like he doesn't have that in him. Like Kayvon. Like I don't know if you saw the thing with Kayvon. Like he's like Giant fans, you know, buckle up. You know, like we're getting ready to go on a ride. And it's like Dex won't say stuff like that. Like he just won't. Like Strahan would. Strahan back in the would say something, but like I think that the locker room with DJ lacked leadership. Just under a lot of the coach, they just lacked leadership, and whoever were the quote unquote leaders just didn't lead the right way. And
I mean, Barkley's a hell of a player, class act, but he didn't have that energy and that fire. He didn't have that. Like,
and the more he talks, and the more documentaries he puts out, the more of like a geek that he comes off as to me. Like,
he's a liar, and it's not even the time.
He is a liar.
It's not even the way it went down. Like he wanted to be. I hate it because he wanted. He said.
Did you see the clip where?
I had $1 for every time he said I want to be a Giant for life, and he had every opportunity to take that 3-year contract. Just shut up, dude. I wish he would have broke his leg year one, and I hate year one in Philly because I hate being that way.
Yeah.
They don't know that part, and all they want to do is talk about the stupid, you know, when Shane was on the phone with him and stuff. And like, yeah, he's a prick, dude.
Yeah, he wanted to keep things private, but he's clearly videoing it. And while he's talking to Joe, like I saw that clip where he's like playing Madden while he's negotiating with, or he's talking to Shane. And it's like you're playing Madden while you're talking about the future of your life. Like what is wrong with you? Like yeah, and what's crazy is like
I want to play him in Madden because I'll take his ass in Madden too.
Well, what's funny is like our star players like him, like OBJ, you know, they had this huge star power, but then it's like there was no teams to go with them, and it just led for chaotic endings on both of them. And the Giants have been in the middle of that. And I swear, like the OBJ thing still does not go away. Like it still lingers. Like people are like, sign him. I'm like, that dude is probably done, man.
He's
like
done. And the only reason I'm not, I joke, I want to clear something up because I know you rag on people for saying that every once in a while when something happens, like when Neighbors got hurt, just the fact that it was the same team, the Chargers, it happened like Like it was like the last time we played the Chargers
Mhm.
in MetLife. Like that's when OBJ got hurt. The only reason I did like him, I loved him. I love the last
Yeah.
time I felt that electric, like the Jackson Dart springing, is when he was in the building when I was going to the games. And then I went on this run where it was awful, and I drive 2.5 hours every Sunday. You know, I had season tickets, and it just it sucked the life out of me. Like it did. To bring him back, I know he wouldn't be the same, but like right now, let's just say if he had anything in the tank, I would love to throw him in that right now with that fire, that Jackson Dart. And that's the only reason. But I know he's not the same
Well,
player.
that's because, like everybody, we love nostalgia.
I think we need somebody. I think we
I
need a
mean,
player.
we
I'd bring in Gabe Davis if he was right. Like I don't even know if he ever got picked up.
yeah, well, I mean, it sounds good, but you just don't know. You don't know if they have that. And look, I'm telling you about OBJ. Like, I don't think there's ever been a player. Look, I bought jerseys. I haven't bought a jersey in a
I'm not
long.
buying another one. I want a Dart jersey and a scatter bill, but I don't even think I'm going to buy one, dude. Because
Yeah,
every time
I
I do,
haven't.
they either get hurt or they go to another team.
Yeah, I haven't bought a lot of jerseys, but OBJ, I bought. He had like a store. Like I bought T-shirts from OBJ. Like I bought socks.
I
I
got,
bought.
I got an LSU shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
even watch
I
college.
was.
I don't even
My
watch college football.
Yeah, but the point being is like I was on like I was all in on OBJ. And so the thing is like we've had these star players and we've been thirsting for these guys. But for whatever reason like they just didn't lead the way we needed them to and they didn't change the culture. You know, 44 Ocam is like I
Bam,
don't
bam,
even
bam.
he has came in and just been a leader. Like, forget just being a good player. He's been a leader for us.
Ooh,
And it's like, man, we've been missing that.
how about on the sideline when he was yelling at the offensive line, "Let's finish this shit." Like that's what we
I'm saying,
need.
like, like,
It's
where
different,
was that
bro.
with like you go by OBJ's like he's hitting the kicking net, like he's
Done.
punching, like it's a different thing. Like this is what I want to see, and like, man, I love it because like it feels like to me that it's a little bit of old school Giants football. And that's what I'm like, it's what it's infectious about it to me.
Yeah.
Is like it's not just a new player. And I love to see these young Giant fans experience somebody because Cam, he just is like when I watch because I feel this way about Darius Slayton, but I definitely feel this way about him.
I love Slayton as well.
I'm like, dude, this guy would go with almost any. He's Giants football. Like he's Jeremy Shockey. He's Mark Bavaro.
Yeah.
He's nasty. Like he's just a nasty dude. And it's like,
He
man, he
even
just
gets the
fits.
respects of the other players. Like they tell him after the game, they're like, dude, that's how you play. That's how you play the game. If you're gonna do it, this is how you like. That's what I would tell my kid. Watch this guy.
But that's what I'm saying when it comes to Saquon and OBJ. It's like, were they great players? Yes, but they didn't lead the right way. They didn't their message and everyone's like, well, they're the best. And it's like the best players. Like, no, there still needs to be some leadership. Like I didn't see that with these guys. I didn't see that with. I didn't. What he's
He
doing
wanted
is like
it, like
something
you
different.
said. We thirsted for it, and we
Yeah, but
thirsted for it.
they're bringing that physicality too. You know, and you're seeing it's infectious with the whole team. The whole team wants to go out there and bring that physicality, and the culture has just truly changed, and it's great to see, man.
So the defense, in my opinion, is taking off. I was a little upset in the beginning of the year. I thought there was no reason why we couldn't beat the Saints. The way we played the week before, I thought we would get after Rattler. I thought we would rattle him. I
Mhm.
thought just the defense alone would have kept us in that game, and it didn't. But I think after that Eagles game and what you're saying, a win like that, I could really see the defense taking off, like moving forward. So with that being said, how confident are you that we go on a little bit of a run and maybe fall like in the mix here in the division? I mean, is that
Well,
possible or am I delusional?
I think the team. Well, I think there's two
No
things.
neighbors too. No neighbors.
Yeah, I think that there's two things that need to happen. First of all, Giant fans, including myself,
And me,
have to lower expectations,
I
take
do.
the excitement out of it, and just lower it for a second. The second thing is they have to prove that they can win on the road because obviously they beat the Chargers at home. Whether the situation was good for the Giants or not, same with the Eagles. Whether the situation was good or not, they've proven that they can win at home with Dart.
Good
What we have
feeling
not,
though. Protect your house. It's a good
yeah,
feeling.
yeah, and that, which by the way, that's not
Had that
something we've had a lot of success with lately, is winning
in
home games. But now they need to prove that they can go on the road and win a game. Dart needs to prove that he can go on the road and not turn the ball over 5 times or whatever the numbers was. Like, he needs to prove that he can go and win a game on the road. Like, they need to be able to take, and look, you could still be a really good football team and not win every game on the road. Like, you're going to lose road games. It's just part of it. But you got to win your home games, and you've got to have those moments of winning those road games. And so I guess for me, when they can prove that they can go and beat a good football team on the road, that's when it's like, okay, I think this is for real now. Like, this is the real deal. And look, I said this at the start of the year in one of my videos, like, the only chance the Giants ever had of making the playoffs this year was they had to have Dart show us something that we didn't know that we had. I didn't think they at any point could make the playoffs with Wilson or Winston at quarterback, because we already knew what those two guys were in their careers. Like, they were bridge quarterbacks at this stage in their careers, and I didn't think that either one of them had the chance. But Dart, we don't know, or at least we didn't know at the start of the season, that he was going to be a great or good, and we still don't know. I mean, it's still early. If he's going to be a great,
very first game, and
yeah,
I mean,
is he going to be a great? Is Dart going to be a great NFL quarterback? Because look, man, some dudes like are okay in college, and then they're great. They're great in the pros. Tom Brady's a great example. Like, he was just okay at Michigan, good enough to get drafted, but he ended up being arguably the GOAT. It happened. So hell, Jalen Hurts got benched in a national championship game.
Ryan Gable did it.
So, yeah, I mean, so for him to, he gets benched, and all of a sudden now he's won a Super Bowl. So it's like, man,
Some guys just squeak in and turn out to be great, and some guys are supposed to be great and they turn out to be junk. Like, I don't want to be.
Tim Tebow's a great example.
Caleb Williams. I don't think Caleb. I mean, I don't know yet. I'm a little leery on Caleb Williams. I was kind of a Justin Field guy, and I get ragged on about that. But
well, look, Tim Tebow was one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time, but he couldn't do the pro game. Like, I mean, so my point being, so going back to it is, like, I felt like as a Giants fan, or I felt like as a fan, like, the only chance this team has to make the playoffs is if Dart comes in and does something that none of us know that he's capable of doing yet. Like, he has to physically prove it. And I've got this juice. They've brought this juice. I'm telling you, it's to me, it's more than just Dart.
I wish it was the day.
It's like, oh, I know. But if they can go, I don't look, man. The other thing too is, like, everyone's like, oh, the schedule's so tough. I'm like,
I hate that.
Dude, the schedule can change in 2 weeks. Like, it can just flip. Like, you don't know that anybody's
stats. That's off of last year's. Like, that's like a Madden game. You take all the new pieces, you plug them in, analytics spits it out, and on paper it looks wonderful, but it doesn't mean that's how it's going to go down.
And by the way,
single year,
a lot of people marked.
You agree with that, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of people marked the Eagle games as 2 losses, and you've already beat the Eagles, and now you're looking at, like, well, maybe we can beat them at Philly. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just a couple of weeks. Like, why can't I believe that?
After those 2 wins this early on, and now we have 11 more games. There's no reason why we can't win. And there's a lot of games on that schedule that we can win now. We're not the same team that started this season. No way at all. So you can throw that schedule out the window, in my opinion.
Yeah. And look, I mean, at the start of the year, I thought, man, I think they're somewhere in the I felt like they were somewhere in the 7 to 10 win range. And I know that 10 is a lot, but, like, my point being is, like, if that's just everything goes great, and I'm not, and I don't think everything has went great so far, but I feel like they can. And look, if they won 7 or 8 games,
even now, that would be an accomplishment. That would be an accomplishment.
Yeah, that would be a it definitely saves Dable's job, but it's so much better than having to draft in the top 5 of the draft. Like, just like, you have a foundation you can start building on.
We have so much hope for next year. Going into next season, we would know we got our quarterback. We could add pieces. We could fill holes. We wouldn't have to hit a home run in the draft. And
Yeah.
then we have our number one wide receiver back, and things could be a lot different. We'd have so much hope going into next year.
Well, let me. In terms of next year, what I have to see the Giants do is, and receivers are not. I just want Dart to play every game from here on out.
Not get hurt. Slide, baby.
Just don't get hurt. Like if you get hurt and we lose time, it takes a little bit away of like, if even if like they split, they went 6-5 the rest of the way or 5-6 and like, okay, well you didn't make the playoffs. If I know that he played all the games and we can add to this roster in the offseason and just make a few tweaks, then I can go into next season with like, okay, this is it. This is time. It's time.
Feel like you could compete and possibly go to the playoffs. And
now it's time. We can go win the East.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. But oddly enough, like it's not like the East right now is world beaters. Like they're just the teams aren't Dallas has his issues. Philly's on the borderline of cracking big time, and we don't know. In fairness to the Commanders, like they are just a one. If Daniels went down, not hoping for that, but if he went down, like their whole thing.
Like him. I don't know how you feel. I have a lot of respect for
player.
him. And like just to add to the Dart thing, see how now it's a lingering issue with him. Like we don't want Dart to get hurt, and he's been in the tent way too much. You get hit.
Yes, already.
We need him to be healthy, and I'm glad we have this extra couple days off. They need to protect him, but.
And I'm gonna say this about Dart. I mean, about that tense situation, because I didn't even say it in my. I don't even know if I said it in my post game video. I need Dable. I need Dable as the head coach to show a little bit some damn composure.
Yeah, he's too little. He's too gushy.
Why are you acting? Why are you? First of all, you are the leader of the team. You are acting emotionally to the situation. You're yelling at doctors. Your team is literally looking at you, and they're like, "Well, I guess this is how we should feel." It almost felt like you were looking for like an excuse.
Running over to the tent too and trying. And
like get your ass out of the tent and focus on the defense that's on the field right now.
Focus on
focus on the game. Like you can't control what just happened. Like I understand he's a big part of it, and we don't want Russ out there. I got that, dude.
Yeah, that one play.
I mean, like, yeah, but go to Russ and say, Russ, this is what we need to do. Like, go talk to Russ. Like, figure out a game plan. Get your ass out of the damn tent. Like, show some composure. Show some type of leadership. Because all you're doing now is allowing your team, at least in my opinion, to start filling in excuses of like, well, we lost this game because Dart got hurt. Like, no, like, lock the fuck in and figure out what the hell's going on. Figure out what's going on. Figure out how you can win this game. And look, you talked about the defense. I went into halftime of that Philly game thinking the same thing that I have felt over the last several years. Man, the Giants have played good. They can win this game. And something always happens in the second half. Halftime adjustments, they fall apart. Philly's going to make the adjustments. I'm going to have to sit here and tell everybody like, well, we should have won. And then it's, it didn't happen. The defense didn't allow a damn thing in the second half.
Man.
Nothing. They gave nothing. I mean, Philly's biggest highlight was the 4 tush pushes. And they look like it. And you know what?
It's bad for football. It's boring.
They got what their little tush pushies deserve, and that's a loss. I mean, seriously, like
instead of
they deserve to lose. That was their highlight. So, but going, just to say about Dable, it's like, man,
Ron was there, and I asked him yesterday. I said, "What was that like for that?" Because that was 4 times in a row, and then we even got a guy hurt. And I know it's been like a thing that should they ban it? And he even said, we made a comment like maybe they shouldn't allow him to do it more than 2 times in a row. Like you got to do something else because even the players complain about it. Like it's not the safest thing, and they're going to need a bad injury to make them ban it. I feel I don't know what's going to happen, but I said in that 2 minutes, that 3 minutes, and 4 plays that we almost stopped them, what was that like? And he said, dreadful. It wasn't even football. He said it was boring. It sucked the energy out of the building. He said it was awful. He was like, I don't even know why. He's like, I was not entertaining at all.
Well, by the way, it's not fair when the guard is starting before the ball is snapped.
Every single time. What's that called? That should be a yellow flag, false start, right? Isn't that what that is?
False start, offsides. I mean,
Dude.
it's everything.
He kicks his leg or something. I don't know who it is. The one
It's
guy
not.
on the he kicks his leg every single time.
It's
He
just
does
not. It's
something.
not. They shouldn't be able to start before the ball is snapped. It's just
Stare
bottom
down
line.
the line and watch it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, we see
I
it.
don't know.
It's blatant. Like, I don't get it. Like, the world sees it. I don't get it. They
I know,
go
and
to all the dudes
and look, man, I'm not really. I'll
I know,
never
I'm
be.
bitching, but it's just it's
No,
frustrating.
I'll never be a guy that's like, oh, that needs to be banned. Like I mean, I'm all about man on man football, but it's like that's their highlight. That's their, and honestly, I think that's why they're starting to crack. Yeah, I think they're starting to crack because guys like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, they want the ball. Like, let's throw the ball. Like, and it's like they're just a ground and pound team, is what they are.
I do
And
like
so, man, yeah, I mean. And look, look, they got a Super Bowl with Barkley. I think in the end, it's going to bite them. That's why one of the reasons why I didn't really want to sign him. And I think by not signing him, we've got other pieces because of that. And I'm happy with where we are right now as a franchise.
Let me add that real quick. That's one thing I said. I don't like interrupting you, and we're getting short on time. And I would love for you to end it with where everybody can find you. And yeah, and I don't know. I had a blast, and I really appreciate this. This was like a bucket list thing to me, sitting down with you. But what I wanted to add was Eagles always backload those contracts, and Hurts isn't looking like the guy that can carry a team, and they did win their Super Bowl. But if Barkley's playing the way he is, they overpaid him, and that contract's another couple years. I said, let's let this thing pan out. Let him get an injury now. Like, do you really have faith that he's going to go all year, 2 years in a row? I don't. But let's look at everything and how it's unfolding. We got Scadaboo, had almost 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's out playing Barkley right now on a Giants line that's still not probably as good as the Eagles line when it's healthy.
They still need help.
And Brian Burns is leading in the NFL in sacks, and that's who we pretty much signed when we didn't give Barkley that money. So at this point, with our new quarterback and our defense coming together, I'm very happy with letting that guy walk.
And Burns not only leads sacks, but and I know this. I feel like I can confidently, like, he's been our best player on the defense this year.
Best player on the defense.
He's been the best player.
Maybe it is the Abdul Carter effect. Maybe it is the fact that we signed a Debo and we signed Holland and we got a little help in the secondary.
And that's not to say
football. It's a team game, dude.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And that's not to say that
he's eating.
Yeah.
He got balls, dude.
It's not to say that Kayvon and Dexter and Abdul Carter they're playing well football. Like, Kayvon's playing well.
People were talking about him last year. He's looking good, man. He's got a new energy. It's that Jackson
and something that needs to happen too. And I'm glad that Flott had got this the other night with that INT. Like, they just need some confidence. Like, that's it. Just have some success so that they can start believing. Like, that dude's won the second cornerback spot over Banks. Like, and I think Banks, like, this is the thing about Giant fans that kill me. It's like, man, Giant fans, and I understand it's been, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm still on YouTube today, is Giant fans have got to get better at supporting their guys. They've got to get better at that. Like, when you, and I understand it's never fun to root on a player that isn't any good. But, dude, like, there's too many examples now that guys have left the organization and been successful because they're in a different situation. And the situation might have been because you were putting way too much shit on them and demanding. And look, I understand guys getting paid contracts. They're high draft picks. They're on your favorite team. I got all that. I understand it. Perform. I got it. But the point being is, like, man, the time to be a fan is when somebody is down. It's easy to be a fan of, like, Scadaboo and Dart right now.
Lift people up. Don't tear people down. These guys are young. They read social media. You support, back them up. Like, they get on there and read this shit. Like,
yeah, and this is why I love Darius Slayton so much. That's why I love Darius Slayton so much. And, like, yeah, did he have a bad game in New Orleans? Absolutely. He stunk. One of his worst games I think I've ever seen him play in his time with the Giants. But that dude went through one.
Sorry, I was going to say since 2019 has been nothing but a team player.
Nothing but a team player. He took a pay cut when he didn't have to. He was accused of being, cut by a lot of the fan base on Twitter, YouTube, and this and that. And he won this group of guys, because when he came in, like Joe Shane and Dable, I don't think liked him originally. Like I don't think they were on board, but he won them over.
Yep.
He won them over, and he's found a place. And like to me, that to me is the type of Giants player that I want to root on. Like the guy that wants to be here.
That represents the fans. That's the type of fans we are. That's the type of old school fans. This goes back to the 25-year-olds on Twitter that never seen and sat through what we sat through. See, it's engraved in us. And you talk about that. Like Darius Slayton is a Giant through and through. And that's why people like us love him.
When I was in high school, late middle school, like Tiki Barber was a big player for the Giants. But Tiki Barber never got national attention. Never got told he was one of the best players in the league. And I watched him week in, week out. And I thought, man, this dude is really good. Like, and he would always get the all-purpose stuff, all-purpose yards, all-purpose, catch it out of the backfield. He was doing, because they weren't really catching out of the backfield. I mean, they have been, but like Tiki was doing it every game, which was something a little bit different.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of that with Dave Meggett back in the day, but Tiki was different. Like he brought it different.
But Tiki had showed up as a special teams player, was a punt returner at first, and worked his way to being a starting running back for this team. And I loved him. And I tell all my friends, oh man, you gotta look at Tiki. And they're like, who? Like who? Like to me, that's a quintessential. And I know Tiki's had his fair share of bad stuff with Giant fans, but that to me is a quintessential what a New York Giants player is. Like they show up, they don't OBJ hype and stuff, like that's fun and all, but it's about the dudes that found a way on their team, was gritty about it, and then became something great.
Yep.
That to me is what Giants football is all about. Yep. That's what Giants players are all about. There's a lot of players in our history, in our franchise history, that was overlooked. Kerry Collins, for example, was a guy. He was a drunk. I mean, everyone casted him away. Multiple teams. He came in, found a home, took us to a Super Bowl. And it's like, dude, like
great playoff run. That was fun.
When we as a fan base, like I'm tired of our guys. Look, I understand a lot of, it's not fun when the Eagles fan laughs at us, Cowboys fan, but sometimes we got to take ownership of our players. And like, that's just our guy, dude. Like, that's our guy. I mean, that was what Eli was. No one ever said he was elite. Everyone said, oh, he's not elite. Okay. Well, that doesn't, that's our guy. That's our quarterback. And, we're not going to allow anybody just to make fun of him.
Damn right.
And so that's where it's like when I see a situation with Banks, it's like, okay, yeah, he struggled. Yeah, he got killed that one. Like, but man, it's like now is the time to pick him up and see if he can overcome this and be a great player for us.
Yeah,
and give him that opportunity.
I agree. I feel like he fell off a little bit, but when he gets in there, they put him back there in punt return or something. Like I want him to be something successful. I want him to succeed.
Yes.
Like, I don't sit there and go, "Oh God, what are you doing?" Like I want the best out of him because if he turns it around and finds that confidence, that's another piece that can help the 53-man roster win. Yeah, I want to win football.
What's the point of beating up Evan Neal when Evan Neal is already struggling?
Yep.
Like what is the point of, like I don't understand why, like obviously
I love that view. I love that tape.
I don't
support your people, man.
Just support your people, man, especially when they're homegrown drafted. Like you don't know that they wanted to be a Giants player. They might have wanted to play somewhere else. They might have wanted to be a part of
an Eagles fan. You think he wanted to be a Giants player?
Yeah, which by the way goes back to Barkley. It's like, oh well, I wanted to be an Eagle the whole time. It's like, dude, shut up, dude. You've said you wanted to be an Eagle, you want to be a Giant. Like you're just full of it. Like that's the thing. Is like you don't know that these dudes even want to be here. Now I think Dart and Cam have shown that they wanted to be here by their actions, and I'm hopeful that Dart, Dable, I'm hopeful that they can keep this guy healthy and he's not out there, saving his job just on his ability. Like, hey, Dable, let's coach this thing up. Let's run some good plays. Let's keep him in the pocket, throwing the ball, not getting hit all the damn time. Like, yeah, it's fun watching him headbutt every once in a while, but it's like, man, I got to have this guy not only last this year, I need this 10, 12,
14 years. Yeah.
Eli Manning's.
Bobby made a good point to me one day. He said, He said if Dart does get in, like we were hopeful Russell would play well, and you're right. Like we kind of knew the writing was on the wall, and I'm still disappointed that they brought him in for $10 million because
Mhm.
at the time you didn't know you were going to get Dart in the draft. You were hopeful, but you didn't know if it was going to happen. So I understand why they brought him in. Personally, I would have been happy with Winston and rolling with DeVito or rolling
Mhm.
and then drafting Dart. I would have been happier, save that money. But you didn't know. But if Russell could have played well and we didn't see Dart, then fine. But now that Dart's in, it's not to save the season. It's not to make the playoffs. It's for him to grow, and it's about the future. So you don't want to get him killed. And then to bring up your part about Dable being like mature and holding it in a little bit, he's gushing a little too much. I think the whole point was
Yes.
to let everybody know that it was my decision. But dude, we know it's your decision now. Now get him ready. Get him ready. Take care of him. Let's not break
Yeah,
it.
but you can't go on national television or prime time and basically, as a bad poker player, just
I,
reveal your cards where it's like, "Hey, I gotta have this guy or I can't do nothing."
yeah, and I agree with
Like,
you. You got to show your confidence, and you got to. And I'm saying, like in the beginning, he was very like he said it in that press conference. My decision. My decision. We know it's your decision. I think that's why he does that. But it's time to buckle down now and win some
and,
damn
and,
games and take care of the dude.
and by the way, as a fan base, we could just all agree and say, "Hey, we're gonna be on Dable and Shane. They're staying regardless. Like we're like as a fan base, we could support. And I'm guilty of this when they have bad losses. It's like I was when I didn't know that they were going to make those second half adjustments against Philly like they did. It's like I'm ready to like just say, "All right, Dable, like you've blamed everybody but yourself on some of this." Martindale. Remember the Martindale thing? Like that was kind of weird. Like
Well,
why did that
the
happen?
way Dable carries himself, and he's not like that. And I
Yeah.
don't think they worked well together. I think
Yeah,
that's
but
the
like
thing
it's but
positive.
that's another example of like, everyone was like, "Oh, I side with Dable. I side with Dable." And then when Daniel Jones had some success, it was Dable got all the credit of like, "Oh, look, he's coaching his ass off. Like this is the reason why they made the playoffs and won a playoff game because he's coaching his ass off." He's gotten all the credit when it's time to give out credit. Well, now to me, it's time to live up to what everyone has said. As a fan, I could do a better job and say, you know what, I don't, I'm going to let these two have a marriage together, Dable and Dart, and I'm going to let this thing pay out the rest of the year and give them another off season together and see what happens. And a lot of us are a little bit too, oh, let's just get them out of fire. And
Yeah,
so was Shane. Shane just had a great draft. Like I don't like Scadaboo, like Carter, they're hitting and look, he missed on Evan Neal. He's missed on guys. He's missed.
not the only
But
guy that just on guys.
yeah, but he's not the only guy. But my point being is, guess what? To me, he stepped up his game this previous draft. He did. Like he stepped up. Now, what hurts them is
Yeah,
like,
anybody can hit the first pick. He hit
yeah,
multiple picks later in the draft. He made
yes,
good moves. He made good decisions. And hell, he even did good job in free agency the last 2 years. Got us Brian Burns. I like the Holland pickup.
yes.
I like the Debo pickup. Like he solidified our secondary. He's doing well.
But
And
that's what I'm saying is, as a Giants fan, we've got to say, okay, this is our team. These are our guys. We're going to support them. That's it. Period. Like I don't care what anybody else says. Don't care what an Eagles fan says. Don't care what a Cowboys. We're going to support our dudes no matter what. We're going to let them keep going. And if they need to make an adjustment, for example, Banks in the offseason, like okay,
it's
make the
okay.
adjustment. Like, but at the time, at this given times, like I don't understand why you wouldn't just support them now and just hope for the best. Like there's
Winning
nothing wrong with that.
winning fixes that, and I feel like
Yeah, absolutely.
we will see a big change, and we feel it. I think yeah, we need some of that Dart electric to sprinkle down through the fan base, and
Yeah.
but
Absolutely. I think that's super important. And look, I think at the end of the day, like when I was watching the game on Thursday, I want to say it was in the fourth quarter, you started to hear a "Let's Go Giants" chant in the crowd. And I thought, holy cow, like something's happened.
Daily.
Something is happening right now in real time. And I don't think it's just because we're winning this game. I think like the franchise and the whole core of the fan base is starting to change in a different direction. You haven't heard that "Let's Go Giants" chant in a long time like that, and so it was really good to see.
I'll tell you what I like to hear and see. I like to see a Jackson Dart and Giants chant coming out of Lincoln Financial here on the 26th.
Yeah,
That would be classic. So
it would be. It'd be huge, and that would be even better than the game we just had on Thursday. Like
it
if
would
we was
be
to go,
that
it
would
would
have
be
been
even
the only
better.
thing to make that better if we did it in Philly, because then we would get
I
our
think if
road.
they get, and I'm going back to like one of the questions, if they found a way to get back to 500, even if it was like 5-5 or 7-7, like I think this team would really
Push
buy
hard.
it, like really push hard,
Oh,
push hard. And look, if
all right. You got
that's
three
the thing with
right?
without neighbors, like yeah, it sucks that we don't have neighbors, but if they can have a successful season going forward, and then they say, "Oh man, we're going to add neighbors to this, or we're going to add so and so," it's like, man, the confidence is going to go through the roof. It really is.
I know. It's going to be electric. It's going to be electric. I
Absolutely.
would still like to see him add a piece. I do like. I can't remember his name. 89 came off the practice squad.
Little Jordan Humphrey, yeah.
Dude, that big body was huge, especially
Yeah.
in the red zone. I would like. He likes Theo Johnson too. I
Yeah.
think keep him in the mix, man. Like get Slayton back and let's do it.
The Johnson and Dart connection seems real.
It does. They have some chemistry, don't they?
It seems real.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him because he didn't do much last year, and I had some high hopes for Theo Johnson. You know, being in this area and seeing Penn State, and yeah, like my girlfriend's son plays golf at Penn State, and just to be local and see it, like it's cool, man. So I got high hopes, brother. I know you said simmer down a little bit, but man, we win this game this week in Denver. That's not an easy place to
Well,
play.
I think what I'm
New Orleans.
yeah, I think what I'm suggesting is like if they lose at Denver, we don't need to lose that. We don't need to just take this positive energy and just turn it full blown negative. Like we need to say like, okay, we got another opportunity against Philly.
Can't lay an egg though after that.
Yeah,
Man. You got to go.
no, absolutely no. But you know, like if we go out there and compete hard, but we lose by a field goal, it's like we had a chance. Like that's all. I mean, that's really what we have to understand. It's like we're going on the road right now. We don't have our star receiver. We're lucky that we're relatively healthy. Yeah.
Sorry, youngest quarterback in the NFL. It's only his fourth game. Like you got to remember, you got to keep things in perspective.
Yeah, we have to keep things in perspective. Absolutely. And I think that's just where I'm kind of at. Like if they go win at Denver, like dude, that'd be amazing.
Blow up. We can.
Yeah, because then you have the opportunity to get back to 500 at Philly, and that'd be huge. I'd love that. I want to play Dallas again so damn bad, but we don't play until the last game of the season.
Imagine if we would have won just one more game, which we could have.
I know.
And like Eagles, even though they're 4-2,
the Cowboys game, yeah, the Cowboys game probably should have won. Yeah,
if you would have told me,
and that was with Wilson.
Yeah, with Wilson, we're a totally different team.
Totally different team.
You imagine we're right in the mix like now. Oh, that's why we got a little bit of high hopes, and it's cool to have high hopes because that's what we're fans, man. Like let's enjoy it. Let's have fun.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna try to land this plane, man. Can you? I really appreciate having you. I would love to have you multiple times. I would love to have you again. You're more than welcome. You know how to reach me. You got something you want to meet? You want to meet Karan? We can do it. But where can we find you? And what got any future plans or anything other than I know you do something every Sunday. I know every Sunday you do a recap, and I love it. But what do you got anything new going on or?
Well, you can find me. You can find me on X or AKA Twitter. You can just search up Copizzle, Copizzle. I'm on there, and then mainly my biggest place I'm on is YouTube, and you know I've had that channel for a really long time, and you know I always do. You know if you haven't seen me before, I always do post game videos. I'm very passionate in my post game videos. There's something very different. But yeah, I mean, when the Giants are having,
I found you, brother. Your passion is how I found you.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard not to have that release of just energy and just I had a guest in my post game video from this past game against Philadelphia that was with me. Content. Well, he doesn't make content anymore here on YouTube, but he had one where his name was Big Blue in the Bronx, and he did a post game video. He did the post game video with me, and you can watch it. It's up now. And when he got done with it, he's like, "Oh, man, you did that in one take." I said, yeah, that's all it takes, bro. That's all. It's just one. It's just a one take thing, and so that's kind of
Just be you and be awesome, right?
yeah. And so it's just, man, I have this energy and I feel this way, and I got to get it out. And the post game videos are great. Uh, when to do that. And so I like to make content with other content creators and talk Giants football, and we're gonna get a lot of good content coming out. We've got good plans. It's hard to make content when your team is really bad. When your team's really, they're 2-8, it's hard to make the content. Still been able to do it, but it's just not as easy. It's just not as fun. But now, with the Giants having some success, I got a lot of good ideas, a lot of good content. So very much my style is very trash talking, kind of style. It's a little bit different than the YouTube norm now. And so it's just a different kind of content. It's more tends on the funny side of things, and it's just seeing a different light of how you view football and consume football. And so I like my channel, and so yeah, come check it out. It's Copizzle over at YouTube, and we have a good time over there. And so yeah, come check me out and enjoy the content. It's crazy that when you get a lot of good views and you think, oh man, like this, we're in a lot of different houses, and I just never imagined that my face or voice would be ringing off walls in different homes, not only in this country, but like, when someone comes to me and like, oh, I'm in England, or I'm in, Portugal, and it's like, oh, this is crazy, and so, but anyways, yeah, man, I just love making the Giants content. It's authentic, it's real, it's passionate. I've got a lot of, yeah, I've been a Giants fan for over 30 years, and there's some, I got a pretty good knowledge on the team, and man, I just love making the content. So yeah, come check me out if you haven't checked me out already.
Yeah, you're one of my favorites, and it's like I said, it was a pleasure having you. I'm hoping I can build a relationship with you a little bit more now. Now we got some time together, and yeah, I really enjoy you, and I thank you, man. And let's just get this dub this week, and let's just keep it rolling, man. We got a quarterback. It feels good. Feels
Yeah.
good.
And yeah, and I feel like all the years of the last decade being on YouTube, it's like, man, because when I first got on YouTube, it was like, oh, you're a bandwagon fan. You're a bandwagon fan. You're a bandwagon fan. And it's like, man, last decade I've been on YouTube, and they've been terrible. It's like, I feel like I've earned my stripes. Now it's time for me to collect.
I'm glad you didn't go anywhere. I'm glad you stuck through those hard times, because it's going to
Yeah, it is.
when they start winning these Super Bowls.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm excited. I'm excited again, and hopefully they can keep it going on.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on with me. It was a dream.
Thanks for having me.
Bucket list thing, man. And if you allow it, I'm going to have you again. And let's keep it up and go G, man.